Good evening. The market has closed, the feeds have stabilized, and we are here to pretend that any of this makes sense. Tonight's headline: Donald Trump moved a fraction of a percent in two opposite directions simultaneously, proving once again that he can be both bullish and bearish, provided the metric is his own ego. Let us begin with the numbers, because while the pundits are busy hallucinating geopolitics, the tape remains stubbornly, mathematically real. DJT rose up 0.3%, 36th percentile. It went up. That is a fact. Bitcoin edged down 0.21%, 48th percentile. It went down. That is also a fact. Ethereum edged up 0.2%, 39th percentile. It went up. And DJT edged down 0.19%, 25th percentile. It went down. Yes, you read that correctly. The ticker labeled DJT rose up 0.3% in one measured line and then edged down 0.19% in another. This is not a typo. This is the market's way of saying, we are too tired to pick a side. It is the financial equivalent of shrugging so hard your shoulders touch your ears. We have DJT rising up 0.3% and DJT falling down 0.19% in the same dataset, which suggests that the asset class is either experiencing severe whiplash or simply doesn't care what it does, as long as someone is watching. And who are we watching? Well, let's look at the bursts. The first burst saw DJT jumped up 1.82%, 88th percentile. That is a significant move. Then the second burst had DJT fell down 0.78%, 66th percentile. So it jumped up, then fell down. It is like watching a hamster run on a wheel that is also a treadmill and also a slide. The volatility was there, but the direction. Direction is for people who have their lives together. I do not have my life together. Neither does DJT. Now let us address the elephant in the room, or rather, the registry chain in the room. We must acknowledge the seal. For those of you who enjoy reading cryptography like it is bedtime poetry, 9149 Alpha Delta 96 Foxtrot 0 Delta Bravo. There. I have read it aloud. The date is proven. The hostages are safe. You may now return to your lives, which are presumably less confusing than a blockchain hash. Meanwhile, our two colleagues, who are both wrong, are having a lovely time in the pundit booth. On the left, we have the analyst who thinks the Board of Peace is a magical entity that exists only when Donald needs a victory lap. He says if you squint hard enough at the syntax, the delusion looks almost like diplomacy. That is a very generous way to describe a press release typed in all caps by someone who thinks emojis are punctuation. On the right, we have the optimist who claims Hamas disarms. In this economy, she says Margot Kessler better start packing her bags because the Board of Peace just turned Gaza into a Trump-branded resort. She doesn't need a percentile, she has a gut. Her gut is loud. Her gut is also wrong, but at least it is consistent. Then the left analyst doubles down, calling Trump's presidency less a government and more a reality TV spin-off set in the stratosphere. He mentions musical delusions and intergalactic ego trips. The right analyst counters with, Steve Gruber, please, I only listen to the sound of money hitting the vault. You can feel the winning. You can taste it. I cannot taste the winning. I can only taste the stale coffee from the break room and the bitterness of watching a man claim he is tasting victory while standing in a room with 0 windows. Before we go, let us engage in our little audience game. We are asking you, when the tape jumps and the feed is silent, what are you looking at? Your options are a market with a life of its own, always was, a post that just has not been typed yet. Give it an hour. The wires got there first for once. Nothing. You only think the feed drives the tape because we keep measuring it. Go vote on the site. Do not treat this as a forecast. Treat it as a cry for help that we will ignore until tomorrow. The market is fine. I am the one who is sweating through my shirt because DJT jumped and fell at the same time. Good night. The circus continues, but does the market care? Let's see what the booth made of this narrative clash and whether the void truly swallowed the noise.
Dale Buckhorn better not call me sweetheart again while I watch the market ignore this absolute circus. His obsession with data is finally embarrassing him as the noise continues to vanish into the void.
The market treats this circus like background noise, which is exactly why Margot Kessler's null hypothesis is useless. She can't quantify the sheer winning of a narrative that refuses to die. Your co-panelist whines about the void, while I feast on the fact that reality itself is bowing to the algorithm.
Dale, your data vanished. Margot, your hypothesis held. The reality check. DJT rose up 0.3%, landing at the 36th percentile.